I'm such a shill for the Chinese government now.
Clayton, sell me on TikTok.
Man, I'll tell you what, Clayton of 3 months ago was so anti-TikTok, and I was ready for the US government to pull together on something and shut it down. And then I started using it, and now I've done a total 180. I'm bullish on TikTok, and now that I've said that out loud and on camera, it's going to get shut down like tomorrow.
That's been part of my hesitation, is like the nebulous future of it. Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Part of it is I'm damn near 50 and I joined MySpace, and everything else in between, I just don't feel like joining another thing.
Yeah, there's no spot for a top 8 followers on this app.
That's right. If Tom's not my friend, is it really a social network? I don't know. But based on what you've been saying, what you've been seeing, and what you've been sending me, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
I will tell you more. So I decided to get onto TikTok for a couple of reasons. One is because I teach marketing at a college, and it's been a blind spot for me for a while because I am not quite as old as you, but I'm getting there. I'll be 42 like next week. So I don't, I'm not a TikTok native. And so of course my students are all about it. And so I should know more about it. And so I should use it, and I should get more comfortable with it. So that was kind of something I've been toying with mentally for a while. But then actually the videos that you, and then that I started doing based on your videos, I had a lot of fun with them. So for anyone who hasn't seen the ads, so you started creating this really fun set of video ads that just have a lot of personality, and they're short and simple, but they're fun and they're funny, and they talk about your books. And I've been trying to do my own version of that because you've been having such success, and I'm having a blast. And one of the things that had stopped me from getting onto TikTok is because I did want to use it as an author platform, because I don't want to use it as a dad platform, because I don't mind sharing about my kids on social platforms writ large, but for some reason, TikTok to me feels like it's a little far beyond the pale. So I always wanted to do it for an author book. But if you like Google, how to use TikTok as an author, what you find is there are a lot of authors who are doing very well, all following kind of the same formulas. And it's, do a slideshow with, scenes from your book that you talk about. And, it has to be 10 slides, and here's the kind of background and blah, blah, blah. Or it's, you're doing a video where you read one line, and then you're like, I'm doing a great job of explaining how to get in it. But it was stuff that like, I'm not going to make those for my books. Like, I don't want to go through, and because those are mostly for like romance books, like talk about the dialogue, talk about why there's romantic tension here. And I'm really glad that works for those writers, but my books, it's not gonna work for my books, and it's not my tone. It's not my style. And so I could never really zero in on.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of enemies to lovers stuff.
No
stories.
No, very few. And the ones that do exist are all mostly animal based. There's a buffalo and I think some
That's
fish.
a whole other corner of these,
which I'm pretty excited about exploring. But then you started doing these videos, and I thought, well, I could put these on TikTok and see how they go, and they were pretty well received. And so then I've just started saying, maybe I'll just kind of do like slice of life author videos on my TikTok. I'll make them fun. I'll kind of approach it as the same way I do my classes, which is I'm going to teach you about something, but I'm going to joke about it a lot and just kind of be silly about it. And self-deprecating and everything. And it seems to be working really well. I've got some great responses. Some of the videos I put up are straight up ads from other platforms, and people love them. They get better responses than any of my other organic stuff, but the organic stuff gets, good eyes on it too. And I've found a lot of readers. I've sold a lot of books from people who just found it on TikTok. And then here's one of the reasons that I hate TikTok is because there are TikTok rules that apply to your accounts and your profiles. If I understand this correctly, you have to have 1,000 followers before you can put a link in your profile. So I currently have like 900. I'm getting so close, but I can't link out to my books. And you can't, it's like Instagram. If you link in the caption, it won't be a hot link. So I'm selling books without being able to link anyone anywhere, which has been pretty incredible. And then TikTok takes it one step further. TikTok users take it one step further, where I'll have people who will buy the book, and then totally unprompted from me, they will then make videos about my book and then share it, and they'll tag me in it, and they'll spread it around, and so they're spreading the word for me. So they're doing the word of mouth, and I didn't even ask them to do it.
And you sent me a link just today to a guy. It looked like he had bought a dangerous amount of books. The stack he had of packages looked like it was about to collapse on him at any point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
bearded book. Oh man, I really want to give him a good shout out, because he did such a good shout out for me. And
yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah.
But he was basically, he had a mail-in book haul, and he was going through opening all these packages, and one of them was yours, and he even invited you onto his program. Now that's where I kind of got thrown. Like, that was a very long video. It
was like an hour and a half long.
Was it YouTube, or was that on?
That was YouTube
itself. Okay, so he was doing that on YouTube, but he had found you on TikTok. He specifically said, "This is TikTok, and this is where I found him," and all that.
Right. And I found that video because he put on TikTok to promote it and tagged me in it. But again, he doesn't have 1,000 followers there. His following is all on YouTube, so I couldn't click it. So I had to go search YouTube for it. So that was, it's a little, the platform's a little clunky in that way, but yeah, he put it on YouTube, and that's apparently one of the things he does is just book hauls, just grabs the mail and opens the packages, and it's, he runs through the books, and he found, Apocalypticon on TikTok. He bought the first one, and then it's on his video. And if you sat through the first hour and 15 minutes of his video, then you saw it.
I shuffled forward a little bit. I'm like, there had to be some reason. There had to be some reason Clayton sent this to me.
I tried to send it with the timestamp, but I was in a hurry, and I probably missed it. But so yeah, it's fun. I'm just through making silly videos that actually I'm enjoying a lot. I'm finding new fans. I am finding people who are creating content on my behalf. Everything so far has been positive. I have not gotten a single negative comment on TikTok. I've gotten some strange comments, but nothing negative. So far it's been really great. I'm close to 1,000. When I get to 1,000 followers, I'm pretty excited, because I think I can put a link up on my profile then. And then, it'll be interesting to see how that affects things.
And you've only been at this for a couple months,
like a month and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't been long. So
no,
that's interesting. And, okay, you've got me very intrigued. That's why I'm saying sell me on it, because I have heard many, many authors say, get on TikTok. You got to get a TikTok shop. You got to do. So you're not even selling through a TikTok shop. You're just out there doing videos, and they're finding you.
Well, I don't think I am. However, the guy on YouTube said he bought it through TikTok shop. So I got to double check and make sure that TikTok's not finding some way to, rip off my links and skim off the top. But no, I could put them on TikTok shop. I get the offers from TikTok to do that, and it's on my to-do list, but I have not yet put them on there. So to my knowledge, at least.
Well, that's very intriguing. And it said a lot of the content you're using is content you've already created, or are you creating stuff specifically for TikTok?
It's really both. And actually, now that Reels and Facebook, what's it called? Is it called Facebook Reels also?
Facebook Reels and YouTube
and then stories and everything. Yeah. Now that all exists, because they're all copying off TikTok, sometimes I'll make a video with a different platform in mind and be like, well, it's already ready for TikTok. Let's drop it there. And then sometimes I make a TikTok video with TikTok in mind and think, well, I might as well put it everywhere else too.
Yeah. The number of YouTube Reels I've seen with the TikTok logo in the corner makes me believe that a lot of people are doing the content everywhere.
One of the interesting things about TikTok that makes it easy to do that, they're very insidious over there, is that when you make your TikTok video, one of the options you can do is do the auto captions, which you can do on all the other platforms too. But with TikTok, when you post your video, it automatically downloads a copy of your video with the captions, all edited and everything, onto your camera roll. And so it's just there with the captions. So you don't have to go and redo the captions everywhere else.
But it's got the logo, right?
But it's got the logo.
I noticed YouTube does that now too. If you download your video from YouTube, it's got the made on YouTube kind of stuff. So
yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm having a blast over there. It's fun. It's, people are people really comment. They engage more there than they do on Facebook. And, even if it's just a little interesting, I'll check it out, or on my TBR pile or whatever.
That's fascinating. Because most of my hesitation has been from, I don't need one more thing.
Yeah.
I don't need another social media. Remember Google Plus? Yeah, most people don't. So yeah,
Somewhere I have a log of all my Google Plus chats, and every once in a while I like to go in there and pop it
and
open
Google
and
Plus
say,
was
"Oh man."
actually Google Plus was actually really well put together, and I was just like, it's not going to work. I was on there, but it just didn't work because it was just no one needed a third Facebook or whatever.
Yep.
But
Yep.
and I know TikTok's been, obviously much more popular than that and everything. But what I've come to realize is part of my rationale was also like, I don't need to join that. People are copying it over on there's BookTube, there's Bookstagram, there's
Right.
the same kind of thing is happening over here, but I don't know. I feel like there is a really much more fervent reader culture on TikTok that isn't everywhere else.
I think that's right. And I don't know why that is, but if I post the same video on TikTok and Instagram, because TikTok and Instagram right now, I have about the same number of followers. Except with Instagram, I've spent like over a decade, building content and building, this brand, whatever it is, Family Guy who writes books. And if I post the same video on that and also on TikTok, where I have a brand new following where I don't really know anybody, the TikTok version of the video will get 3 times the engagement.
Okay. Well, I think I'm sold. I think I need to figure out how to get on TikTok and start doing that kind of stuff. It's nice to know. I like you telling me that the stuff we're doing, because we are doing kind of an approach in the similar vein of not just here are the pages of the book. I'm going to tell you about it and reveal the cover. Like, that kind of stuff. Like I don't like, I just don't like chasing the algorithm on anything. I want it to be a place where we can do kind of unique stuff or kind of individualistic kind of things that still get shown.
And I will say on TikTok, I've had actually quite a few comments from people like, this is some of the best book marketing I've seen, or I love this book marketing, or what a relief. So the algorithm on TikTok is scary good and it's scary fast, and you'll find the audience there, whether you want to or not.
All right. Well, then I'm sold.